Case, folks, we're recording and it's episode 101, actually 102 of the Adrian podcast. I'm so delighted today to bring to you one of my favorite coaching clients. In fact, the number one agent, not in Australia, not in the world, but the actual universe and the stratosphere, Mr. Dick Slider of Slider Corp. How you going, buddy?
Good, Bowie. Thanks, man. Thanks for the intro. But just remember, 6 times world champion, 6.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. I get it. I'm hearing you. Look, so many people have been anticipating this podcast, and look, obviously, I'm up to 102 episodes. You know, you and I have been working together, and I've just been absolutely blown away with your progress in your career. But I really, really wanted to leave this episode till a much later chapter, so people had opportunities to learn from other people, but like there's no one like you, buddy, that's doing what you're doing. So like, thank you for being such a great student, and I'm just blown away at your progress, man. Like how have you done it in the last couple of years in particular, just reaching these unbelievable milestones?
Well, you know what it's like, Bowie. I've just been grinding every day. I've been hustling. I got my troops, I got my soldiers, I got my family. They're all out there hustling. We're all working together. You mean like that? Nice and tight. Okay. Tight knit.
And that's Slider Corp, right?
Slider Corp.
Yeah.
Number one in the world.
Okay. So have you got an acronym? Do we do like, TRG or ABT, or have we got any acronyms going there?
No, just Slider Corp. Everyone knows Slider Corp.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously, just with the coaching work you've been doing, what's one of the main takeaways that you've benefited from with the intimate coaching we've been doing?
Well, I love just talking to you, Bowie. I mean, we get on mentally. Yeah. You've guided me through some tough times as well. You know, I do go off the rails from time to time. But you know what I'm like? I'm straight back on there. You mean? Yeah. Sometimes I need someone like yourself just to say, hey, Dick, get back on. You're the number one in the world. A lot of people are watching you. You know, you're a celebrity in the area, things like that. So, I go off, you pull me back in and say, hey, Dick, let's go 100% again.
Yeah. Okay. Look, this is really important for everyone to know, because like, even though you're doing these incredible deals and you're writing the most amount of GCI in the world, obviously we don't see a lot of the listings pop up, and we don't see a lot of the awards. Now, I know the method to the madness, but please share with the people why that's the case.
Well, a lot of these people that I'm dealing with are top ends. They're very high profile. They want to be discreet. So that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm doing the waterfronts, so I've got the buyers from my database. We're just doing deals that way. So all, not for publication, pretty much, Bowie. So, and I don't need to be on domain and real estate, getting profile and other people coming in and seeing that.
I understand. So obviously discretion is a big part of your business, not just for you, but for your client base as well, because you're talking the top end of town, right?
Correct. Yeah. We're in the, it's like the NFL of the real estate world, the eastern suburbs. So it's the major league. Yeah.
And what about the naysayers that saying, but you're not getting any awards? Like, obviously you're not submitting your numbers, man. You're obviously flat out doing deals. Like, you've got to draw the line somewhere, right?
That's correct. Why do the Logies when you can do the Oscars? That's
gotcha.
World titles. That's what we do there is, So
absolutely. No, makes sense. Now, I wanted to clear that up, because as your coach, a lot of people do ask me, you know what I mean? Like, where are the listings? Where's the profile? Where's the awards? And like, I keep trying to tell them, man, off market. So the other thing, bro, is look, I know listings are really tough at the moment, right? What's your unique selling proposition? What stands you out in this crowded marketplace of agents?
The appearance. Like, shirts are nice and tight. The suits are really tight. I know a lot of people do it, but I'm bringing the t-shirts in. I see a lot of copycats out there. They're doing it. So appearance is key. I'm always talking about my awards You mean in letterbox drops? I'm doing well. You mean street, suburb, records. I mean, I'm looking for 3Ds always. You mean I'm out there hustling, looking for divorces. A lot of divorces happening in the East right now.
Yeah.
So you mean I go onto Facebook right now. This is a good little tip for some new people. Go to Facebook. Look at the couples who are looking like they're really in love, posting a lot of photos of them kissing and shit like that. Divorce that they're in the making.
Right. Okay. That's because they're only showing you the happy vignettes of their life, but behind the scenes, it's Splitsville. Is that what you? Is that what you're? Yeah. Okay. 100%. Okay.
That's a seller.
And what are the other 2 Ds that you focus on, Dick?
Yeah, that's death.
Yeah.
So you'll see me hanging around funeral parlors. You mean it's a little bit harder now. I'll follow an ambulance every time I see one.
Right.
Debt.
Okay. So that's the trifecta of D's, and then given your name is Dick, like there's a bit of alliteration there, like it's all coming together, right?
It's all like that. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, but the main thing you're saying is you're sexy. You're sexy. That's what you're telling us, right?
Sex sells.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm assuming most of your client base, are people that are physically attracted to you. Is that right?
Correct. So you mean like there are other good-looking people. There's other good-looking agents out there. Alex Smith's doing quite well. That guy coming up. I think you train him. Do you?
I do. Yeah, I just had a session with him this morning actually, and his team. Yeah.
He's a good-looking kid, that one. You mean I try to get him to fly to court, but we're still working on that guy.
Okay.
But appearance is key. You know, I'm doing the gym. I've been smoking a lot of weed, but lately.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So is that for medicinal purposes or
just for fun, recreational? You mean it's been very boring? You mean not being able to go out and party? So I'm a little paranoid. I'm at an open right now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm getting bugged. Do you get that when you're in open? Maybe they're putting bugs because you say I've got like about 50 people coming through today, and you only got one buyer's.
I see. So the vendors, like just making sure that the vendor feedback is accurate, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I see you looking at that bear. Is that are you thinking there might be a camera in that bear? Maybe.
What are you
looking a bit
fucking sauce, man?
Well, it's got eyes. Yeah, it's possible. So anyway, let's refocus. Let's refocus. But no, that's make sure. And this is a coaching tip to you. Make sure your vendor feedback is 100% accurate. So that way, if that is happening or your vendors are waiting across the road, as you know happens, Dick, you got to be across that, you know. So, all right. So major USP, sexiness, plus the 3Ds. Got it. Okay, beautiful. Now, obviously, some of the clients we're dealing with at the moment, especially in your market, man, you're dealing with the top echelon, absolute top of the top. Some of them can be, quite difficult to deal with. And some of them, as you know, are very challenging to have conversations with. And some of them can even be divas, right? So how do you handle that?
Well, they all are. And I learned very quick in my career that there's no friends in real estate. Okay. They're not your friends. We're here to get a deal done. So another thing, I should mention is, and I've told you before, but I just want to tell the people out there watching. People probably logged in right now. But so I get an acting coach as well. So besides you as well, I love you, but I get an acting coach to come in because you got to go into these these presentations and you got to really befriend these fuckers. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So, and they're not nice people, Bowie. Like I've done it before where you go and you try and give them more comparables. This is what your property's worth. You tell them the truth. Next minute it's fucking popped up online with someone else.
Right.
I learned very easy. They're very hard. They're very difficult. So it's just I work with an acting coach. Okay. Get on that level, pretend that I'm their friends, and then bang, hitting them.
Gotcha. Okay. So basically what you're doing is you're telling them what they want to hear, and you need to be in character for that. And then once you start getting market feedback, you're basically going into a different character. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. And a good little tip, is sometimes when they've said like they're just keep thinking this might be bug this place. Is sometimes when there's been a death in their family, like it could even be just the cat, Tiger Balm. Always have a little jar of Tiger Balm in my pocket. So
Right. Okay.
just a bit under the eyes, so the eyes stop water.
Right. Gotcha.
On that one.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So that what does that do? Like it's more of aesthetically. So the tears are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks like you're emotional. You mean like you don't give a fuck, but you look like you are. You know, it's terrible.
Yeah. What's been an example where you've priced a property at a certain price and then it ended up submitting an offer and selling? Like what's probably one of the most dramatic examples of that?
Like, what do you mean? Sorry, Bowie.
In terms of like you've appraised a property at a certain price and then you've had to come in at an offer. Yeah, like less than that.
Every time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't do it, you just don't get listings.
Right. Okay. So yeah, but isn't that like going against everything that we've talked about, which is we don't want to condition vendors, right? But you see it as more of an art. You see it more of as an acting piece. It's not a conditioning piece. Is that right?
Well, you mean when I first started, you mean I came in as the nice guy. You mean I really did.
Gotcha.
I been really nice, and I'd tell them what they didn't tell them what they wanted to hear, and I'd lose the fucking listing.
So got it.
Over time is to tell them what they want to hear.
Right.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Offers.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Offers. You mean not doing anything wrong. I'm just getting them.
Yeah. I understand. So vendor education. Yeah.
Correct.
And obviously with the elbow, like I know that you're into martial arts. Do you find that there's a nice symbiotic relationship between martial arts and real estate, and then you try and combine the two skill sets and the two arts together?
Very, very true, especially when it comes to that management time, the vendor management time.
Right.
The education time. You mean, and I got a 7th dan in the Kwon-Do, which is the Taekwondo.
Right.
It's a lot of feet movement, which is very helpful. You mean, especially when I'm doing the 3Ds and it's like a death, and you got the family members there. You mean, so you got to be on your feet. So you got one person here, just you got the brother, you got the sister, you got the aunt. Everyone's fucking wants a little bit of that. So you mean the feet shuffle is very quick. Look.
Yes. Yep. Bang. Okay.
This one. Blah.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. So you constantly like attack, defense.
Attack defense.
Yeah.
Right? So so it's
gotcha. Okay. There's a real synergy between martial art and real estate. I can start to see that now.
Correct. A lot of It was. You mean? That's
interesting because I remember on the ARIC stage. You did a certain move. Was that with a buyer or a seller that you were doing that? That was a seller, right?
Always the sellers.
Okay, gotcha.
That was a bit of jiu-jitsu. That was that Brazilian jiu-jitsu stuff that I learned. I've just been getting into that now, and that's fantastic. Very much take the vendor down, get him, mobilize him. It's not very it's not very good in the death when it's been a death and you got all the other people around because it's one-on-one stuff. I mean, take them down. Boom.
Get right. Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Because you had them flat on the mat at that time, and I remember you're like a contortionist. Your hands and feet were all everywhere. You know.
Yeah. Next minute, you got the arm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think the entire 3,000 crowd audience absolutely learned a lot from that particular vendor management piece. Actually.
Correct. Yeah. I got people calling me, sending videos of them actually doing it to vendors, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because they all fucking need it.
And if people want to reach out, Dick, they can actually employ you to do a coaching session, right? You do like a Zoom coaching session on all this stuff. So should they just DM you on Instagram for that?
Yes, please. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. And I know a lot of clients that have benefited from that particular session. And in fact, if someone wants to do like a combined coaching session with Adrian, Bo, Dick Slider, we can be that yin and yang.
Correct.
If you were like, it'd be magic. It'd be magic.
Correct.
So we're happy to launch that. That could be an incredible coaching module right there. So we dealt with the vendors. Let's talk about buyers, Dick. Now there's an old saying which buyers are liars. Do you subscribe to that? And have you found that to be true?
100%. I mean, they're all liars. I mean, the vendors are lying, the buyers are lying. We're all lying. So it's just part of the business. Do you mean if you don't like it, get out out, you mean? But
right, okay.
It's depending who I'm talking to, you know what I mean? Like if I'm talking to a vendor and they say, hey, Slider, do you think there's some more money in them? You think the buyers are liars? I say, that is very true. And this is in the listing presentation. So they'll say, so they question you, they're seeing how good you are with the negotiating. So I would say to them, and again, fake it till you make it.
Teddy. I think there might be a bug there, mate.
We'll sort him out a little bit later. But it's fake it till you make it. So if I'm talking, do you think buyers were lying? Like they give us an offer, do you think there could be more? And I'll just say, look, they're always lying. I learned that at the University of New South Wales when I was studying property economics.
Okay, Bachelor of Business in land economics. Yeah, okay,
land economics. Good. That's what I tell them.
So in the curriculum, there's a module which is buyers are liars. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Only went really to 11, but that's what I tell some of those vendors, especially the educated.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And are they normally lying about the price because they're saying, I only want to offer X, but they've really got more to spend? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And how do you, being the number one agent on the planet, how do you extract that extra $1 million?
Just get them put it on a contract. Once they're committed, then it's game on. You know that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And 66W, right? 66W?
Always.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a 5-day cooling off period is. We don't do that here.
Not in Slider Corp. I don't think in any Slider Corp documentation I've ever even seen 66W or cooling off period. No, it's so we're talking signed contract, check, 66W every time.
That's it.
10, 20, 30, 50 million every time, right?
Every time.
Yeah. Interesting. And what's your, just to help listeners, when they're dealing with buyers and they say, look, I don't want to do that until my offer's accepted. What coaching would you give with them then?
Work with me.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Trying to get this deal done for you.
Yeah. So like help me help you. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha. That's good advice. Really good advice. Yeah. All right, mate. The other thing, Dick, is, dude, mate, the cars you drive, the watches you've got, mate, you like some of this stuff, is worth more than most people's property portfolios. Like, is this something that's really important to you? And obviously it's a part of your lifestyle and part of your image and identity. Like, is that ever going to change, or that this is something that you need to continue?
Look, the watch, that's always been a big part of Slider Corp. All my troops, my soldiers, my family, made sure they're all very good looking people. Got watches on. Even if they had to sell their body to get it. Right. So we want them to be looking like we're filthy rich. Okay. We're successful.
Okay. Yeah.
It attracts. Do you mean you can't be selling a $50 million property and rock up in a Hyundai? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, understand. Yeah. So the buyers respond to it, the sellers, and like you said before, fake it till you make it. That's obviously that's revolutionary,
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. All right, so that's never going to end, right? We're always going to have the expensive watches, cars, Slider Corp. That's almost, if you don't have that for Slider Corp, you can't make it, right?
That's 100% true.
And I've sat in your team meetings as well, Dick, and it's like a military operation, dude.
Correct.
Like, just talk us through that agenda quickly, how that works. When you've got all the troops, the soldiers, it's really militant.
Make sure our hair is on point. Everyone's got a haircut. Their hair's looking nice. We look at each other's suits. We get some photos done of us just together. Some really good shots like that. The lookaways. The watch on. I haven't got my watch on now, but all that sort of stuff. We do all that pre and during the meetings as well.
Okay. And do you guys hug and kiss each other and that sometimes as well?
There's a few I hug and kiss.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Now, because it's obviously once everyone's bonding together, high-fiving, and and it's very European, isn't it? To be Okay. So, mate, the other thing, buddy, is what advice? I think the Teddy's going to be all right for a minute. Hey, so what advice do you give to new agents that are entering into the market? Like, because this is a very competitive marketplace, man. So like, I know you're at the top of your game. Like, you can't go any higher. You're like the Neil Armstrong of real estate. Like, there's no turning back once you've gone to the moon, right? So, right. But if I'm just a young pup and I want to get into Slider Corp, man, what would you recommend I do?
Well, we sort of discussed it a little bit earlier. It's all about faking it till you make it. I mean, you got to get into that mindset from the start. And remember, these fuckers ain't your friends, okay? Vendors, they're not your friends, all right? You go in there, you look $1 million. Let's get the acting coach. It changed my game, okay? You did the acting coach. It's all about self-development, okay? Get into it early, get the clothes, the watch, the car, commit,
Okay. And the acting coach, is that helping you with different sub personalities within Dick Slider, or what's the acting coach the main benefit from that?
It's just being able to connect with these people. Do you mean?
Okay.
There's a lot of them we like, and but we're there. We got a job to do. We got to get the listing. Okay.
Yeah.
And once we got the stock, then we can sell it. Okay. If we haven't got it, we can't sell it. So it's about connecting with these people that I got nothing in common with at all.
Right. Okay. But you're basically like a chameleon. adapting to the situation. Yeah.
Listening, reacting. You mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Great. You mean the cat's died? Oh, terrible. That sort of, Anyway.
I understand.
If they want to write down Pip Edwards, she's a great acting coach. Pip Edwards.
Okay. Okay. Good.
So if anyone wants to listen to that, Pip Edwards and Sammy, good people.
Right. Okay. And you don't think that's unauthentic at all, or this is just part of the deal? When if you want to get to the top, that's part of the deal, right?
It's a big part of 6 times world champion of real estate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 6 times. I mean, you're talking like Michael Jordan type stuff with the Chicago Bulls, right? Like,
the GOAT. They call me the GOAT.
Yeah, that's like the greatest of all time.
Kelly Slater. You mean that kind of? Yeah, we're in that sort of field.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so now if you remember a couple of years ago, obviously I was advising the creators of Lux Listings about the cast, and I know I put your name forward. I know that we had a conversation, mate. You know, I was a bit offended, but you declined. What's the deal, man? Is that something you just didn't need the profile on, and you just didn't need like the extra exposure or the distraction? What's the story there?
I didn't need the exposure. I just let my numbers do the talking. Okay. 6 times world champion. I don't need to be doing all this stuff, on TV and being on buses and being on trains and doing all that sort of stuff. I don't need it. At all.
Well,
and I'd always
hang on, dude. I just got a text from him, man. Says, get me on Lux, Bowie, whatever the fuck it takes. What? That's from you, man.
No. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was an accident. Sorry. No, I meant to say, do not talk about the Lux show.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, mate, well, I'm reading it. It says
wrong.
Clearly says, get me on season 2, Bowie, on Lux, whatever it takes. But anyway, what's that?
What was the other question after that?
No worries. So basically, mate, look, this has been a masterclass. Like an absolute masterclass for anyone who's out of momentum, wants to get into the industry. Like, just listening to you, man, I'm just blown away at the gold nuggets, the 66W, fake it till you make it, man, the suits, the role. This is just gold, man, for people.
Correct.
So, mate, I'm just blown away. I'm really happy that other people have got to see, what it's like dealing with the number one agent in the universe, because, I obviously, get to benefit from it weekly when we chat and our monthly coaching sessions, but it's next level for people to understand it, so thank you. I really appreciate it. Hey, I understand that you're at that appointment at the moment with a buyer's agent. He's a pretty good one, Richard Carwin from Luman Property Buyers Agency. Do you want to just I might just have a quick chat to him, if that's all right?
Yeah, look,
see what he's doing.
The good thing about buyer's agents, they're doing everything they possibly can, to be our friends.
Yeah. So you like working with them, right?
I do, 100%. I got a couple washing my car out the front right now. Another buyer's agent's at my house tidying it up. You mean doing the vacuuming and everything like that. If I need him to come through for an appointment, if a buyer's pulled out, call him up. But you mean I've only got a group, little handful that I use.
Yeah. And so you need them. You need them.
100% you need them. And Richard Carwin's been a good guy. He's just in the room having a look at the property right now for a client. I might go get him, and I'll let him fucking lock it up actually. And and then
peace out, Slider man.
All right, guys, love you. Peace out, Slider. Just keep hitting fucking Ben doors. They deserve it. All right. Thanks, Bowie.
Thanks, mate. Good session.
Thank you. Back.
Yeah, we'll get Richard and see what he's got to say. Obviously, they're at an appointment together at the moment, showing a property, all off market, of course. You know, buyers agents love the off market stuff. Dick specialises in the off market space. So yeah, not surprising. They're doing a deal as we speak. So we'll get Richard on, who's very, very good at what he does. There he is. Hey,
yeah, Dick.
Thanks, Richard. Yeah, he just left, did he? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we had a pretty good session with Dick. Like he's an incredible agent. What do you find is most impressive about him when you deal with him on a professional basis, Richard?
Oh, look, he's doing business. He says he's a 6 times world champion, but I'm not seeing too many listings out there. He calls me with these off markets, but mate, look, I've probably got a client. I've got a client for this one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's 2 better, 1 bath in Bondi, completely off market.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've got a client for it, so it's good.
Well, obviously, there must be a really good relationship between you guys because obviously, off markets is something that buyers agents love because that's their unique selling point when it comes to representing their buyers. And Dick is an absolute expert in off markets. In fact, I only think he deals in off markets. So obviously, you guys must do a lot of deals together.
I have. I mean, we've done a few. So it's been good. But look. Yeah, I'm actually loving being on this side as a buyer's agent.
Yeah.
It's probably the best thing I ever did as a career choice.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Like, obviously, you've been in agency.
Yes.
You've been doing a few things, but it sounds like you've landed on your feet and you've launched your own business now with Luman Property. Yeah. Have you found that the buyers agency industry in general has got more awareness because of the frustration that buyers find with buying property, just given the market at the moment?
Yeah, correct. It's tough out there, and to be a buyer by yourself, and not having someone in your corner like us, who obviously we know how to present offers and we know how to find off markets and pre-markets, and it'd be difficult to be just a buyer out there. There's still a few people with a bit of pride out there saying that we don't need it, but I think it's something that moving forward, it's just everyone will have a buyer's agent. That's my spin.
Do you think it'll be that prolific, really? Like, not dissimilar to the US, right? Which we're just playing catch up to.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense because, when the industry first launched, Richard, if you remember, it was mainly to do with overseas buyers or expats. But now you're dealing with not only just professionals where the opportunity cost is too high not to appoint someone because it distracts them from their work, but also just mums and dads that really would focus on their highest and best use, whether it's family time or work time, and let you guys do all the vetting and running around. It makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, and we take a lot of the stress out of it. Because it is a stressful process. And sometimes, a buyer needs a bit of a push, and sometimes they need to be pulled back and say, hey, you're getting a bit emotional. So I guess we depending on the property, and if we think it's, maybe a good investment down the track, that's depending on what we do and how we go about it. If we do give them a little bit of push them a little bit harder, or just pull them back.
And tell me, Rich, when you're qualifying your new clients, do you have to ask some personal questions around finance? And if that's the case, do you encourage them just in this market to try and stretch themselves because everything seems inexpensive in hindsight?
Correct. Always ask the question, are you in a position to buy today if we found the right property? And yeah, again, it comes down to the properties and your main position and, all those aspects. But we are trying to push them a little bit harder because we're in a market, I feel, that's still got a bit of room to grow.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
You know what it's like. I mean, they miss out on something and they always come back and go, I wish we had worked a bit harder to buy that one.
Yeah, exactly. And the main form of business for you, where's it coming from, Richard? Just given obviously you're working with a different firm and now you've launched your own. Is it referrals? Are you doing any marketing? Where's it coming from mainly?
It's been through the relationships with some agents I've got. I've got some tight agents. They're promoting the business. I've got a business partner as well, Oliver Burton.
Yeah, good guy.
Really good guy. He's still an auctioneer an auctioneer by trade with Coolies. So we're a good little duo, and we've got a little handful of agents who sort of got our back, and vice versa. So we got their back as well. So I really find that we're the cousins of the real estate agents.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's a great relationship evolving at the moment. So where did you grow up originally, Richard, yourself?
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. Okay. When did you move to Sydney?
2000. So
okay. What brought you here?
I was surfing too much.
Oh, right. Okay. So you wanted to slow down your surfing, is that what you're saying?
A little bit. I was good, but not that next level. And I needed to get a career. I'm even moved into glassing surfboards, and then I actually met the Finger from Ray White Double Bay. And at the Gulf Health Retreat, he said, come down to Sydney. I came down. He put me up for 6 months, and the rest is history. So
wow. And you're a family man?
Yeah. So I got a wife and a little boy. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
How old's your boy?
He's 12.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
How's he finding it during this period?
It's been difficult. The whole lockdown is. It's because they get one Zoom in the morning from 9:30 to 10:30, and then it's pretty much. We're there just my wife is trying to just get him to do the work. So
yeah. And did you meet your wife in Sydney or came from the Gold Coast with you?
Europe.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Traveling, but she's an Aussie.
Russian.
Oh wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So whereabouts did you meet?
Oh, there's a really good website called hotrussians.com. No, joke. My sister lived in south of France. We met there on holiday.
Yeah, wow. Okay, that's great, man. That's awesome. Yeah. And have you ever been to visit Russia? Have you got family there?
Yeah,
man. That's a cold ass place to be. Man.
Yeah. Look, we went there in summer. I went there in summer, and it was hot, but just it's just an energy around there. It's I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's a beautiful country.
Yeah. What's the culture like?
It's good. They're very. It's all about sort of dining out, family, friends.
Yeah.
Nice. They do like to party, and but it's I don't know. It's weird place, but I loved it.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, and what's the goals for the future, Rich, with the business? Is it just a matter of keeping it pretty tight and lean and profitable, or have you got expansion plans? Because obviously, we see a lot of your competitors, Trelease and Cohen, they're conquering the world, and good luck to them. That obviously you might have a different business model. I don't know. What are your plans?
Well, that's what me and Ollie are discussing right now. Obviously we don't want to get too big, but I think, we'd like to have a full-time marketing person on, and maybe one other agent working with us, but we're trying to keep it very boutique.
Yeah,
and
nice.
That's how we work with our clients. We only take on 4 to 5 at a very max.
Yeah, nice.
Just make sure we service them.
Yeah, good on you, mate. And do you go to appointments and showings and meeting agents sort of dressed casually, or do you suit up, or what's your approach?
Look, I just go pretty cash, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wear pants, nice sort of pants and a t-shirt and maybe a jacket.
Yeah.
Pretty cash. But I got to say, I'm loving, since I've been over on this side of the fence, is meeting the agents and getting to know them.
Yeah.
You can have a laugh, but when I was a sales agent, it felt like there was a bit of a barrier up. Everyone was a little bit sort of closed off-ish. But now,
yeah, I understand.
They're all really good people, and we have a laugh and have a bit of fun. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And your sweet spot seems to be that sort of Bondi, sort of Coogee, Paddington sort of market. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been doing quite a lot around the beaches of recent. We bought just one the other day in Coogee, Nicholas Wise, and
Mount Street, Carr Street, off obviously Alex Smith. Yep.
So we've been quite active around the beaches, but look, we're
good on you, mate. Good on you. Yeah, awesome. Well, look, I encourage all agents to connect with you. And obviously work closely with you. So the way I like to finish off all these podcasts, Richard, is just ask you 3 questions. One is what's one of the better or best business decisions you've ever made?
Okay, but that would be obviously going out on my own, you mean, with my business partner, Ollie?
Yeah. So fantastic.
That was a big game changer for me.
Yeah.
And sometimes at the beginning, you sort of don't believe in you. We all sort of have those moments, a lot of us do, is where we don't believe in ourselves, or, it was the best thing I ever did, and being really good. The agents have really sort of been very sort of accommodating, and, they can see that you're out there really having a hustle and try, and it's been really good.
That's awesome. Mate. And what's one of the more challenging decisions you've made, which at the time might have seemed like not the best decision, but maybe in hindsight, it maybe had a different label?
It was leaving a company. I won't say who it was, but they were very big, in the East. It was a very prestigious real estate agency, and they virtually said, if you want to keep doing Dick Slider, you're going to have to leave. So, and then I did.
I see. Gotcha. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, mate, that's a passion of yours. Hard to take it away, isn't it? Because I know you're very passionate about acting, and it's probably an outlet for you too, isn't it? Really?
Correct.
So I think it's great.
Mm.
Yeah. And is that something with Slider? That's something that's obviously going to evolve and continue. What can we expect from Slider moving forward?
Well, look, we've got a pilot 90% done. Once we've got the pilot done, then we're going to probably go into a bit of a crowdfunding, and then shoot it just so we've got full control, and then start pitching it to, your Netflixes and Amazons and those things. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. It must be pretty therapeutic because the contrast is very sharp between you, which is not a character because it's you being authentic, and obviously, your shadow or your dark side or whatever you want to call it, right? But it must be pretty therapeutic to be able to have that outlet, right?
100%.
But also to have fun, right? Have a bit of fun and make people laugh. There's no better feeling, is there really, than adding value and making people laugh, And on behalf of the industry, I'd like to thank you because you definitely have made a lot of people laugh. So, mate, it's been awesome, mate. Last question. No topic off limit. You get to ask me a question.
Oh, okay. Geez. How about you train me and Ollie up around your business? What advice would you give us as well? What advice would you give us with the new business?
Okay, so one thing is that at the moment, given it's at its infancy, you're running on what's called new business energy. So it's actually something that's quite palpable and tangible, even though people think it's abstract. It's actually quite palpable, new business energy. So you're running on that, which is great. However, without even dissecting it, I'm sure that there's probably some lack of process, some lack of structure, some lack of framework, right? So my recommendation to you is once you combine the two, and you extend the new business energy into what's called momentum and sustainability, plus process, plus accountability, plus structure, plus framework, mate, that's when you shoot the lights out, So I suppose that's where I would come into the picture, where I'm like, great, let's tap onto this energy and this momentum, but we can't rely on that in isolation, because the music will stop. The music, like that musical chairs, the music stop. You got to sit down. That will stop. And what's going to make us a sustainable business is the process, the accountability, the framework, the checklist. And as mundane and granular as that seems, that's my specialty, and I keep people accountable. I'm always available for sort of three main pillars, I call them. One, which is deal support. So people call me, we just mentioned Alex Smith, he'll call me a couple of times a week, say, Bowie, what should I say here? What should I do here? I'm just about to go to a listing. So then secondly, you've got mindset blockages. So there's people who've just got a story that they've told themselves that many times that it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it's just a limiting belief that only exists in their mind. It doesn't really exist anywhere else, right? And you've got to learn to challenge that and just release them from that blockage, right? Yeah. And then the third thing is normally team structure, whether even if it's just them and a receptionist or them and a super team, either way, there's got to be structure and everyone's got to stay in their lane, So they're the three sort of main areas of coaching where I tend to specialize in. So yeah, that's what I would do if I stepped into your business. I'd take an X-ray on the business itself, look at where the gaps and leakages are, and create a process for each of those to create a sustainable and long-term business.
Yeah, amazing. That's great advice.
Yeah. So, no, it's awesome, man. Well, listen, thanks so much, buddy, for giving up your time. Mate, both of you, Dick and Richard, mate, you've absolutely nailed it today. So I really appreciate it. And please pass on our regards to Dick when you see him at the next off market.
Yeah, I will.
And mate, really appreciate, contributing back to the industry and everything you do for the industry. And mate, can't wait to catch up with you real soon.
And that's it. I just want, I think that's the big part of it is you just got to have fun. In this industry, it's very stressful, can be very lonely as well. So I think you just got to have fun with it. And I hope that the slider is giving people that sort of bit of a laugh and a bit of an outlet, because yeah.
Well, I know it to be true. And you're 100% right. You've got to, you can't take this business too seriously. No. And I think you've got to care, but not that much. Otherwise, it becomes your identity, becomes your life. Like real estate is just part of your life. You've got, like you, mate, you've got your family, you got your health, you got slider, you got a lot of things happening. Like if you're consumed just by one vignette of your life or one area of your life, you basically get lost, So no, thanks for providing that forum and that environment for people to actually really take the piss out of themselves, because that's effectively what you're doing, right? Yeah. And then there's plenty of content there, just given the crazy industry that we're all involved in,
Yeah. Thanks, legend.
Awesome, man. All right, mate. You're a good man.
You too. We'll see you soon.
See ya. Thanks again. See you, buddy. Bye.